In play to the shortstop. 6-3 ground out after the flat. 2 down.
Now back to the Rockets. The left fielder, number 20, Maddox Ellis.
Okay, hold on. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it's center, right, left. Was it 2 years ago that Mount St. Mary's had the really good?
No, it's
3 years ago.
my freshman year.
Yeah, 3 years ago. Really good prospect. Went somewhere.
When you committed, are you?
Good pitch. I think so.
All right, it is 3 up, 3 down for the Rockets. It ends up to bat. Bottom of the first inning coming up. Day 2, Game 5 of the 2022 Marlowe Baseball Tournament. For those who were interested about yesterday's dust-up involving Comanche skipper Jared King, he told the ump that his pitcher was able to get 5 warm-up pitches before the inning starts. The ump said he took too long leaving first base, dropping the helmet, grabbing his glove, and walking to the mound, and he would only get 1 warm-up pitch. After telling him you do not know the rules, he said you are out of here. So that mystery is solved. A little tidbit brought to you for the inquiring minds who want to know. Comanche loses a heartbreaker yesterday to Fort Cobb Broxton. 3 lead changes. Fort Cobb ends up basically piling on in the final at-bat, taking that victory 7-4. Recap of day 1. Marlowe defeated Ardmore 9-0. Bishop McGinnis defeated Bing 6-5. Fort Cobb Broxton defeated Comanche 7-4. And Washington defeated Mount St. Mary 10-4. So first and last game of the day, run rules, 2 in between, very competitive.
No.
For the rest of the tournament or just this one?
I don't know, but I know he's out for this one. Leading off for the Indians, number 6, the third baseman, Bryson Evans.
First pitch fouled back. Out center field. And it is 2 pitches and 1 down.
Next up for the Indians, the shortstop, number 21, Gunnar King.
I'd like to thank our coverage sponsor for today's live stream, Thompson's Pharmacy in Comanche. Popped up to the first baseman. He's going to roll over in foul territory and snag it. 2 down.
Now batting for the Indians, the center fielder, number 13, Ian Essex.
So it's 2 pitches, 1 out, 2 pitches, 2 outs. Rips it to the first baseman. It'll be a 3 unassist tag. 3 up, 3 down, both teams through 1. Your score: Comanche 0, Mount St. Mary 0. Day 2 action of the 2022 Marlowe Outlaw Baseball Tournament.
Leading off for the Rockets, the pitcher, number 12, Robert Kalsu. You know, my whole thing yesterday is even if there's a debate that he took too long getting back from first base, you still enforce the rule, so why was it necessary to walk all the way over there to argue with Coach King?
That effectively took 3 pitches.
I know you got it. It was the context. Next up for the Rockets, number 8, the DH, Jesse Brooks.
Concurring with the colleague that is waxing eloquent today. All right, foul. So both of the pitchers thus far have been highly efficient in getting first inning outs. Trend continues here in the top of the second. He's back up to 3 pitches and already 1 out with 1 strike. Check swing and he goes 0-2. Wow. So this is definitely a pitcher's day thus far. Ooh, that is a wicked little uptick there. Flies right to the second baseman. First baseman, sorry, misspoke. 2 down.
Now batting for the Rockets, number 11, the third baseman, Josh Shropshire.
First and second exceptionally close today, and they just pretty much crisscrossed like a pair of scissors there on that flyout. So they've either done some scouting on Mount St. Mary or they are in a preferred defensive scheme over there, but it's very rare to see a second baseman all the way out in shallow right field. Shortstop is virtually at that same spot. Now that I said that, he just moves up, proving me wrong. So back-to-back strikes here, 0-2 with the foul. And he gets him. So Rockets are misfiring today. We'll head to the bottom of the second inning. Indians up to bat. Pretty good pitching.
Nailed it right there. Into the corner. See, one thing I mean, I appreciate Ronnie because he will give you the river. He'll give you that space between the plate and the batter's box. It grazes the black. To him, it's a strike. Hey, it's high school baseball. Go up there, swing, find a way.
All right, so after a 6-inning top first, a 6-pitch top first, it's an 8-pitch top second for Comanche. And 6 outs, no runs, no hits, no errors. So Coach King's got to be very happy with that. 14 pitches and 6 outs.
Leading off for the Indians, the right fielder, number 10, Landon Steele.
Just a reminder, the consolation side bracket games today, or the loser side brackets, are first. So we will have Comanche versus Mount St. Mary, which in effect are the Game 3, Game 4 losers of yesterday. Next up at approximately 2:15, we'll feature Ardmore versus Bing, the Game 1 and Game 2 losers. Fly out to center field. 1 down. Then your third game of the day at approximately 4:30 will feature Fort Cobb Broxton versus Washington. And then the final game of the evening at approximately 6:45 will showcase the Marlowe Outlaws versus the Bishop McGuinness Irish. Just off the plate, 1-0 count. Two-0. Ooh, gives him the corner. So the breaking ball comes back across the plate, 2-1 count. And back-to-back strikes, 2-2. Fortunately for him, on that check swing, he got some contact with the ball. But the bottom of that dropped probably a good foot. Fouls it off, staying alive again. Well, these pitchers are dealing today.
Now back to the Indians. The catcher, number 34, Gabe Diaz.
Only notable change of the tournament thus far, Saturday's schedule has been modified, so the games will all start 2 hours earlier than originally posted. So 10, 12:15, 2:30, and 4:45, keeping in mind that none of the games played Saturday will have a hard 2-hour limit, so those times likely will be off by the end of the evening. So hit batter, we have a runner on first. Bishop McGuinness will play on Saturday early. So based upon their head-to-head result with Marlowe tonight, will determine whether or not they play for the third place game at 10 or the first place game at 10. And then they will shuffle accordingly as soon as I have confirmation if the schedule will then revert to 7th, 5th, 3rd, or however it might do. I will try to let everybody know how they will run down the remaining games of Saturday to make accommodation for the Iris and their prom. So I would assume on first base this pinch runner here is fast. It's to the pitcher, fielder's choice, 1-3 throw out, and that'll do it. End in strand 1 through 2, your score. Comanche 0, Mount St. Mary 0. Game 5, Day 2 of the 2022 Marlowe Outlaw Baseball Tournament.
Leading off for the Rockets, number 22, the first baseman, Logan Hayes.
In for a strike. So Comanche's pitcher continues to be dealing and delivering aces thus far. A high percentage of strike pitches right now, and he's already got an 0-2 pitch count. And gets him swinging again. Records for all teams in the tournament through day 1. Ardmore 4-12, Bishop McGinnis 5-9. Both of those teams class 5A. Bing 7-2, Marlowe 13-2, Mount St. Mary 5-6, all teams class 4A. Comanche 12-5, Washington 10-5, both teams class 3A, and Fort Cobb-Broxton 11-1, class B. Washington's record kind of comes with a little notation similar to Marlowe's current win streak. Warriors lose 5 in a row in a midsection to starting the season, and then now have won consecutive games, I believe 7 straight.
Now batting the shortstop, number 14, Maddox Stanley.
I believe Marlowe leads all teams with a 10-game win streak coming into the tournament. So another out. This is indeed impressive. 5 pitches, 2 outs. He's already got 1 strike. As I say that, make it 6 pitches, 2 outs, 2 strikes. breaks the cycle there with the high ball 1-2. And called ball 2, so back-to-back strikes and balls, so even count now. Ooh, just about hits him full count. Only difference between the teams thus far, Comanche had one runner on due to being hit at the plate. He gets him watching. So we will head to the bottom of the third inning. Score remains 0-0. Two teams locked in a pitching duel here. Matchup featuring the Indians versus the Rockets. Game 5 of Day 2 action here at Marlow High School.
Leading off for the Indians, the first baseman, number 24, Brody Dobbins. Is it Brady or Brody? Oh, is it Brady?
I'd like to thank our hosts for the tournament, Marlow. They are providing a beautiful, immaculate facility for all the teams to play on.
Correction, Brody Dobbins.
And as I say that, high character gentleman over here correcting the pronunciation so the young man gets his name said as is. So if you're not doing anything this afternoon, you're done with work early, come on out to the ballpark. Games will be 2:15, 4:30, and 6:45, though those times could be a little bit off. Some really good teams in the tournament this year, spanning Class 5A all the way down to B. So 3-1 count. And a full count. Those unfamiliar with where the ballpark is located, you're on Highway 81, heading north of town, going to Oklahoma City or Rush Springs. Gibstone Leroy Black Park is right off the highway.
Next up for the Indians, the second baseman, number 8, Colby Shannon.
On the corner of Ballpark Drive, just past the Eternal Life Church sign, which back in the day used to be the Rusty Spur. So in back-to-back innings, Indians have a runner on first, hit and walked. So now 2 on for Comanche as we tighten it up 1-1 on the pitch count. Shows bunt, fouls it backwards 1-2. Runner returns back to first base. gets a lead, pops up, and that will go to the right fielder.
Next up for the Indians, number 6, Evans. This game's perfect long.
Yeah, this is.
Apologize, we had the encoder panel with the scoreboard overlay flipped. So hit batter now makes the bottom of the third.
Now batting number 21, King.
So after an exceptionally high and tight performance by both pitchers to start the first 2.5 innings, a little bit of a fall line crack here now developing for Comanche to exploit. They've got runners on first and second. Only one out after the pop up to right field. Throws down the bunt. Pitcher falls, throws, gets him on the 1-3 fielder's choice tag. So good defense and ability to flick the ball over there by the pitcher as the runners advance from first to second and third, 2 down.
Now batting for the Indians, number 13, Essex.
Oh boy, that one's popping up, going right over to the third baseman. He catches it in foul line territory. So Indians strand 2. Score remains 0-0. Top of the fourth. Coming up, Rockets up to bat.
No, still not a single hit.
So the no-hitter continues. Thus far, Comanche also has a perfect game going on.
Yeah, same guy. Yeah, third install. He did a very good job. He did a very good job, in my opinion. He actually didn't resort to that real slow curveball very much. He really didn't have to. He had that slider going real well yesterday. I guess probably because of the wind.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was effective. It was effective. Okay, so we're leading off with the 1 hole. They've gone. Yep. Leading off with the Rockets, number 26, Joseph.
My slide Sunday was like almost a lot.
Yeah.
Really bad sulfur is making pretty good.
Another strikeout. Ball is dropped, so it'll be a base on ball. Third strike throw out, 2-3.
Now bag number 24, Ward.
Fouls it off, 0-1.
What's going on?
Ooh, back-to-back strikes, 0-2 count. Puts it in play, shortstop, bobbles it, recollects, throws, in safe.